Good evening, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibyte OG. So, guys, a lot of people keep asking me, well, Tom, if you were going to take a gamble, which one do you think could actually have a good profit? Well, guys, since you keep asking me, if I was going to go one way or the other, I would probably, I can't condone it, but if it was me, I'd probably go Vechain in this scenario. Just because it's a stable coin. You see Zo went up, and that's more of a stable, even though it's not, but it is at these prices, just like DGB. Excuse me. So if it was me, which one do I think has the most meat left on the bone? I don't think any of them do. But I definitely have that 8-6 line there for Vechain for a reason. So could I... If I see one of them popping off, which one would it be? What the heck is this? I don't want that shit. Can we get back out of here? So, Alright, so I would probably go Vechain, personally. If we're going to have these little push-ups, I would go Vechain, just at this part of the game. It's cheap. Like I always say, even if it crashes on you, Vechain's a solid company. But, obviously, you know, if it comes under these overhead resistance, so, like, if you wanted to buy in and then you had a bailout plan, I would say 7.9, 7.8 would be your last second-ditch effort to get out. But I believe there's meat on the bone with Vechain if it follows the same pattern. So I like to, you know, tell you guys somewhat before it happens with certain ones. Sure, Doge could have a push. I just don't like Doge. So I wouldn't advise it. XLM, I could certainly see XLM if we have the same push up to 28 or 30. But it's just a little more pricey, that's all. XRP, if we had this push to 68, maybe could it get to 78? I don't know. But it's possible. That's what I keep saying all day. So when people are like, oh, you didn't see... I told you guys, if you want to take a gamble and take the chance that this happens, these are the levels. It just wasn't worth it to me. Just because I'm going to tell you Vechain could go up 7 to 10% from here, you know, doesn't necessarily mean I would buy it. If I did, I'd probably throw $1,000 in on it and see what happens. Not my $4,000. I can tell you that right now. So yeah, I could see myself buying 10 or 15,000 Vechain and just seeing what happens over the next few hours. So, that's my, I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? No motherfucking way you should. But, you know, based on what the charts are saying, is there this chance? Sure there is. Is it a huge risk? Hell yes it is. But, based on what I've been seeing all day, I could definitely see this being in the 5-minute left shoulder. That's DGB and pushing up just a little bit. I don't know if it'll get that far, but that's what could happen. So, then we go to one that hasn't really moved at all. As much, I should say. So you get Vechain, and then that could certainly be a left shoulder, and then I'm looking, it could be a head, something like this. I don't think it'll get to 9, but you never know. You know, so if it had something like that and then comes down, but it's coming down after, it's just, can we get something like that, a double top, and then come down? I could see that happening. I could certainly see that happening. I can see that happening so much that I actually did buy Vechain, but the amount that I said. But you guys shouldn't do it based on what I say. I bought Vechain. I got $13,999. I got $3,060 left in my USD account. I took my money that was in the yuan and put it into... I had money in the yuan, $1,135 or $40 or whatever. And I just put it into Vechain. It was like 802 something when I bought it. So I'm up like 68 bucks even with the exchange fees. But that's, you know, we'll see what happens. So, you guys want to know what I'm doing? It's not even a gamble to me because I only put 25% of my portfolio into it. But I could definitely see it going up to there. So I'm going to try to see if it does what some of these other ones do. No shame in trying to catch the ride up with some of these. I think Bitcoin's got to go to 36,000. I keep saying that. So obviously this would be a left shoulder. And I'm just playing it. If this is the left shoulder, Like I'm saying, that's why I keep saying we have a 7-day clock. If this is a left shoulder by Bitcoin, it would have to do this. And then it would get up to that 36,000 range I was talking about. I don't think it went all the way up as high as I was thinking last night. It went to 35.5 and I said that's great, but I feel like it's got just... Unless this is the head, guys, right? That could be a shoulder, that could be the head. It almost feels like we have one more bump coming and then a huge collapse. That's what it kind of feels like, but we'll see. It's a huge gamble either way, so if you want to take a gamble, I wouldn't put more than 25% of your holdings on it. Because that's all I did. So, T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future, Digibyte OG. I certainly can see these jumping up a little bit, though. At least these stable coins. They were so far under the moving averages. That's why I kept pointing to these the last 2 days. Like, these are under the moving averages. I don't see them getting all the way up there, but I certainly could see it bounce between that support at the yellow and in between that white and blue. And that's exactly what some of these are doing. That's the head I drew on DGB. I don't know if it's going to get there. But if that's the case, Vechain just moved in between. It's got a little bit of work to do to get up to that blue moving average. So I'm playing the moving averages right now, guys. I'm playing a big game that from the manipulators, and I've been watching it very closely, and I feel pretty comfortable what I did. So I'm not advising it, and it's even improbable that it's going to go up as high as I said with Vechain. But I definitely see the potential in the formation, and I'm one to take a gamble. So Tom knows when to hold them, knows when to fold them, knows when to walk away, and only use 25% of his portfolio. Oh, yeah. So if you guys want to take a gamble, be my guest. But like I said, I am not a financial advisor. Stay blessed.